The washing of feet is a gesture of service, a dirty, humble service, really. In the ancient world, feet were the dirtiest part of a person's body, and so the servant would wash the feet of the guest before they took their place at the table. It is a vulnerable thing still to wash feet, to be the one whose feet are washed. A lot of people have a thing about feet. They freak out about feet. Yeah, it's very vulnerable to put our ugly, stinky feet in someone else's hands and out there for all to see. It can also be hard to hold somebody else's in our own hands. Tonight is about a humble service to another, yes, but it's also a gesture of reconciliation. To wash someone's feet is to seek forgiveness from them. Tonight, to let our feet be washed is a way of accepting that desire for reconciliation and forgiving. Tonight, 3 women from our community will represent themselves and a community bigger than themselves. One will represent the Black community, another, women in the church, and another, the LGBTQ+ community. 3 groups who have been very, very hurt by our church. Tonight, I, for my part, wash their feet, as Gary for sure, but also representing the Universal Catholic Church. Ironically, I'm asking you to do this vulnerable thing, but I also put out my ugliest and the stinkiest about myself and my church. I represent to you here that church. In a sense, I put the ugly, stinky feet of the church in your hands for you to hold and for the world to see the sins of our church. We cannot have a future together until we heal the past. We cannot have a future unless we deal with the past. The only way to heal the past is to suffer myself what I and we have done to hurt you. The only way we can build a future is to forgive and be forgiven. Again, without forgiveness, there is no future. Jesus tied this ritual of reconciliation intrinsically to what we do here every Mass, so much so that he said, if you get to Mass and remember you have something against a sister or brother, leave your gift at the altar and go. Go be reconciled with your sister or your brother. And then come and offer your gift. This intrinsic connection between forgiving and being forgiven and the Mass, the summit and source of our life together, intrinsically connected to forgiveness. Angela, would you come forward? Angela, I am sorry. I am sorry for our sins against you and all of your sisters, the women of the church, for all the ways we have ignored you, felt uncomfortable and afraid of you. We're afraid to share power with you, the ways we silenced your voice and would not listen. You deserve a place at the table. You deserve a full share in the life of our church. Inclusion. You deserve nothing less, and even more. In my own name, in the name of the church, I ask you for your forgiveness. Angela, as a man and as a priest, I'm so sorry. You deserve better. We ask for your forgiveness. Elena, I am sorry. So sorry for our sins against you and your sisters and brothers. You represent yourself, and you represent more than yourself, the Black community of the church. I'm sorry for all the ways we look past you, like you are invisible. And we do not spend the time and the resources of our church on you like we did for so many others. I'm sorry we painted the skin of our Middle Eastern Lord and his mother white with blue eyes. I am so sorry you did not see the color of your skin more often in the color of the skin of your priest and of your saints. I am so sorry for the long periods of time we kept your ancestors in slavery and turned a blind eye. I'm sorry for all the ways we did not let Black Lives Matter in the community of faith around the altars of our church, your church. I'm sorry we have not been a safe place for you. The pain of the community you represent is real to me. I'm sorry for all the ways we turned the other way instead of walking with you and trying even harder to understand. In my own name and as a priest, please hear me when I say I am so sorry, and I ask for your forgiveness. if you can find it in your heart to forgive us. Ellie, you represent yourself and you represent the gay community, all of our sisters and brothers in the LGBTQ plus world. I am sorry, I am so very sorry for all the ways we have shamed you, for being who you are as a gay woman of the church. We have not let you love in the way you were created to love. We referred to you as intrinsically disordered. And from too many pulpits, we shamed you. And we have not let you know that you belong as much as any of us belong. The ways we have spoken of you have cut deeper than any knife could ever cut. And many of your sisters and brothers did not make it because of that, and they died by their own hand. You have only asked to be able to be gay and Catholic. And instead of helping you be both, we made it nearly harder to be either. On this night, we remember the betrayal of Christ, and we acknowledge that we have betrayed your trust. We have not helped you feel safe in our church. You and your sisters and your brothers deserve so much better. I have felt something of your pain over the years, and it has changed my life. And ever since then, the CSC has worked so hard to protect you from those who would shame you just for being who you are. In my own name, and as the priest of our church, please hear me when I say, I am so sorry. I ask forgiveness if you can find it in your heart to forgive. Now maybe we can bring our gifts to the altar.